and I just want to sesh with y'all on this fine motherfucking Tuesday. I was supposed to get my tattoo finished today, but we had to reschedule it for next Monday. That's okay. Hi, puppy boy. You want to say hi to your buddies? You're so cute. But yeah, that's okay. We'll get the tattoo finished on Monday. We have so much to talk about today. I'm not going to get to like the psychic download until near the end or like middle because there's just other things that we want to talk about before I get into the meat of the taco, if you will. So before we get into all of that, I'm going to smoke a little bit. Hi, thanks for being here. Yeah, so I didn't finish the tattoo today. I was supposed to finish it today, but we had to reschedule. So I'm going in on Monday to finish my chest piece. But I'm very excited still, and it will be in action and ready to go in like a week's time. Hi, Rainbow. Thanks for being here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get my weed set up. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm on a new sleep schedule that I'm still like adjusting to, and I accidentally only ground up a bunch of indica because I wasn't thinking when I just ground too much up, and like I'm going to smoke it regardless. So I used to stay up all night long because my husband, like, because of his work schedule. I used to stay up all night long and then wake up kind of late in the day and then get stuff, like get all my content done while there was still daylight out. And then once it was like, you know, nighttime, that's when I would like stay up and do all my like tedious work, housework, editing, finances, literally whatever I have to do. That's when I would do it. But we have a new schedule right now. We have Red and Deepak and Rainbow in the chat. Oh my gosh, hi guys. But anyway, sorry, I'm getting like a bunch of texts right now and I'm like trying to read those as well. What was I saying? Oh, my new schedule. Now I'm on more of a normal person schedule, except like I'm still taking my nap. Don't get it twisted. But I woke up super early. I'm like super early. I woke up at like 7, which is super early for me. I woke up at like 7 and I did a bunch of chores, put all the laundry away as well, which that needed to happen. That was like bothering me for like a few days. And took care of the puppies, took care of myself, took a little shower, got ready for my appointment just for them to be like, oh, we're actually going to reschedule your appointment to next Monday for your tattoo. And I said, okay, period, that's fine. Took a fat ass nap, just woke up, and now I need to try to be up like, I don't even know, like as much as I can the rest of the day. But I don't think that's going to work very well because we're smoking a fucking indica. Okay, you guys. So aside from my tattoo being rescheduled and my new sleep schedule, I was thinking about Turning Point USA because you know how they're all like tearing each other apart, right? And we know I'm a Turning Point USA hater. I'm a hater of everyone involved. I'm a hater of the establishment. I'm a hater of the entire Kirk family, dead or alive. I don't give a fuck. Hate them. Absolutely hate them. So why is Turning Point USA? I just feel like, why did they make that their name? Turning Point. It sounds very like queer. It's like, we're turning you. Like, and this is where I decided to shift and join the LGBTQ. So it sounds a little queer, which I love that. And then also, I feel like TP, Turning Point, toilet paper, touching PPs, I mean, Trump's pussy. TP, Turning Point, Trump's pussy, touching PP's toilet paper. Same thing. It's like, oh, that's why y'all named it TP. Britannia. Ugh. So Deepak, I was gonna finish my chest piece today, but right before I left, my tattoo artist was like, I gotta reschedule for Monday. So, this guy. So that's okay. That's quite all right. Also, you know what? Deepak, while you're here, you are so sweet. And you always ask me, like, Danny, what are you doing for the rest of your day? And I appreciate that so much. I'm also, as y'all know, I'm autistic. And when somebody asks me a question like that, for some reason my brain shuts down because I'm like, I feel like my answer is bad. I feel like every answer I have is bad. So sometimes I tell you the truth. And sometimes I just start listing things around my house that I could do because my brain can't even think of what I'm supposed to do. And I'm just like, do any other neurodivergent people, Obina Comedy TV, hi, thanks for being here. Do any other neurodivergent people feel like you're always doing something wrong? Like, not morally, but you just feel like, I don't know, I feel like everything I'm doing is weird. Why am I doing it like this? If somebody asks me what I'm doing, I'm afraid to tell them the answer, and they're going to be like, that's not what you should be doing. Maybe you're lazy, da-da-da-da-da. So what did you achieve by joining the LGBTQ besides being a druggie? I'm sorry. Did I join the LGBTQ and no one told me? Where was my initiation? All of my friends are damn near all of my friends are part of the LGBTQ, and not one person wanted to give me a little surprise party or nothing. Okay, so we have Mr. Rogers said, yes, it's called guilt. I always feel guilty even if I know what I should be doing. LOL. Even if I'm not doing, I always feel guilty even if I'm not doing what I know I should be doing. I guess I feel like that all the time, Mr. Rogers, where it's like, it's not even just, oh, it's something I shouldn't be doing. I'll be doing what I should be, but I feel like I'm doing something wrong. I feel like I'm not doing it the right way. I feel like it isn't the way that it should be done. And that's not your fault, Deepak, at all. No, Danny, I asked for a reason. I just felt the connection with you, so whatever you got to say, I just want to know it all. No, and I know, Deepak, you say it for, the right reasons. And I totally know that. It's a me problem. And I'm just so... I get this way with small talk as well. I made my Uber driver cry yesterday on accident. Because he was like, oh, good morning, happy Monday. I was like, it is a happy Monday. How are you doing? He was like, I'm great. Where to? And I was like, oh, doctor's appointment. And he was like, oh, I'm sorry. Hope everything's okay. And I was like, it totally will be. We're on the road to recovery. And then he was like, oh, recovery from what, if you don't mind my asking? And I could have just said, oh, some hormonal issues. And I go, well, I have 2 uteruses, and it's actually a pretty serious birth defect that I have to go through. And I'm either going to get a full hysterectomy and remove it, or they need to do, reconstruction surgery on me, which I don't really want them to do because I don't really plan on having a kid anyway. So it would be what would be the point of that? For no reason. Also, my ovaries are functioning at about 10%, so I just had to get on a bunch of hormones and, a new diet and everything. And this sweet man started crying and praying for me. They don't make them like you, Muhammad. An empathetic male driver, Uber driver. I got so lucky. Hi, Jenny. Thanks for being here, my oversharer queen. My liege. Sorry, Jenny. I actually don't know your pronouns. You have a great personality and look great. Brian, thank you. Thank you. But yeah, so I always feel like I'm kind of doing something wrong. I even feel like I have the wrong, I'm making the wrong choices. I'm doing the wrong things. I'm having the wrong conversations. My technique of everything is wrong. It's like, bitch, there is no technique of how to walk down the street. And I'm like, okay, but maybe there should be because I feel like I'm doing it wrong. And so perhaps if I had a technique I could fall back on, then it would be a bit easier for me. Reading a textbook is one of the most boring things ever, friends. And you know what, Rainbow? You don't have to tell me twice. I won't even pick up a textbook. That's fine. I'm like, Rainbow said it's boring. I'm not going to fucking do it. Tart cherry juice. Not from concentrate. There is 0 concentration with that goddamn juice. It's supposed to be really good for my hormonal problems. People say it makes you sleepy. Not me, bitch. Not me. It's like Frank's Red Hot. I put that shit on everything. That's literally me. With this fucking juice. Morning, midday, night. Me and that goddamn juice. Would you marry a gooner? I'm trying to think if my husband's, he's like not a gooner, so no. Unk is in the chat. What's up, Unk? My mom swears by the tart cherry juice. A lot of people love it. It really does make a lot of people sleepy. Something's just wrong with me, though. We knew that. We knew that. Guys. Can y'all not bark like that when mommy's trying to go live, please? Loopy, come here. Loopy. Monkey. Come lay down. Come on. Get away from the kitties right now. We'll see them later. We could see the kitties after this. Come here, monkey. Come on, come stay with me. Say hi to your buddies. Come on, monkey. Good boy. That's a good boy. Excuse me. Excuse me. That doesn't mean get distracted and go back. Come on. Come on, sit with mommy. Right where I can watch you. Thank you, sir. He's like, you don't get it, Mom. My kitten siblings are on the other side of the door, and I want to go tear ass in the room with them. Let's see. Where were we? Let me scroll back up. Camille, appreciate how Danny's glowing. Oh my God, thank you. Yeah, I did post an Oracle of the Week this morning, and actually I'm going to dive a little bit more into that today. Nope, no, please don't bark, Loopy. Lupin? Yeah, exactly. Hey, beautiful, funny face girl. Funny face? Hold on now. Beautiful I was with, but Red just said beautiful, funny face girl. Wait a minute. And what part about it's so funny? Is it the fact that my mouth wasn't built large enough to fit my face? Is it the fact that the corners of my mouth stop before the center of my eyebrows? Because if that was your point, you'd be correct. That is funny. All right, let's take another hit. But you guys, you know that, oh yeah, I posted an Oracle this morning for Oracle of the Week. But in this episode, later, a little bit later, as we continue talking, I'm going to do another psychic download for you guys. This one is extremely, like, specific and pointed, but give me, like, a few more minutes to, like, settle in. Kaylee's in the chat. Yeah, even when I smile, like, it doesn't go all the way. Like, it just, I have a really, like, narrow, I don't even know what I'm trying to say, like, I have a small mouth, and I don't mean that, like, I don't know, girls, sometimes women are like, I'm just so tiny and little. Having a small mouth is not a flex. There's actually a condition called small mouth syndrome. I don't have it. It's not that serious. But, like, it's a thing, and it's not fun, because when you eat shit, I have to use a napkin after every single bite. I always get little, like, I get easily irritated right around here if I don't, like, use a napkin after every single bite, because food just does touch, like, the outside of my lips. Also, I can't suck dick, so if you are my husband, which none of you are, because I know he's at work right now, sorry. He's the one who even told me that. He was like, babe, your mouth's just too small. It's too small. He was like, it's not even, like, a teeth issue or anything. It's just, like, you have a really small fucking mouth. And I was like, hey, thank you for noticing, because this shit sucks. I've been talking a lot of shit. I've been talking a lot of shit about clavicular. And I'm glad I did. Because all of a sudden, bro goes to Israel. I almost said IDF. Bro goes to Israel. Hi, Vegan Christianity. Thanks for being here. So all of a sudden, yeah, he goes to Israel, and he's, like, paid to be there by, like, the fucking IDF or some shit, or Israel. He's paid to be there by someone. He meets this woman who works for that. She's in the IDF. Now I guess they're boyfriend and girlfriend. Maybe they're just fucking. Who honestly, who knows? And he's like all up on their Instagram. He ends up getting her fired because they're like, you can't put clavicular on the IDF Instagram. And she was like, oh my God, I didn't know. And he was like, why? Like, I'm amazing. And it's just like one big shit show. And I'm like, you guys are, it's just like the blind leading the blind. Like, they're all so stupid. It's just like so dumb. And then he was like posting pictures of him or videos of himself. I guess he was live streaming. He was going up to like women at these bars. And it was like, the locals, like the restaurant employees, the drivers that he had, they were all just shitting on him. His one driver was like, you should be so embarrassed to even like show your face. What the fuck? Didn't you like just OD in a club because you were like telling people that meth is better than like coffee and like pre-workout and shit like that? And he's like, hey, like, don't be mean to me. What the fuck? You guys are being so rude. Then he was on his live stream, like, all the food in Israel is amazing. And then, like, the Israeli people he was with was like, that's not true. Like, I don't know why you're saying that. It was just, like, so messy and so, like, dumb bitches, surrounded by dumb bitches in dumb bitch land. All of that. Just for him to get kicked out. Just for him to have to, like, leave because the IDF is mad at him now for going on Instagram. Danny, you're amazing. Does your husband know how lucky he is? He better! No, he does. He does. What the nuclear fuck was that rig? Can you time travel with it? It looks like a smokable super soaker. Oh yeah, I'll show you. It's the Student Glass Gravity Bong. I love it. But yeah, seeing that last night about clavicular, and he is such a shit person. You're completely right. I don't remember. Oh, Jenny said that. He is such a shit person, and I've been talking a lot of shit about him. And I just feel validated. I'm like, see, exactly. Exactly. All right. I'm going to finish what's in this, grind up something else, and we're going to get into like the meat of the taco for today's episode, which is, yes, you have your Oracle of the Week, but I also need to give you your Oracle of the fucking day, bitch. Your reading of the day. We can do some Oracle to kind of like elaborate on it, but I'm not even being funny. Like, okay, I'm going to start talking. Within the last like 24 to 48 hours, before and moving forward, it could go either direction. Don't be surprised if shit starts getting, no, Lupin, you're a better listener right now. Thank you. You're a much better listener right now than your brother. Monkey. Come here. Monkey. Monkey. Good. Focus. Focus. Good boy. Come here. Sit. Thank you, sir. Can you sit? Monkey, look. Ready? He knows the, like, there you go. That's good boy. Mommy loves you. In the next, like, 24 to 48 hours, also the last 24 to 48 hours, okay? But, like, this is going to be a reading that's really concentrated to, like, right now. Prepare to be absolutely fucking triggered when you see something. Prepare to see something. Maybe you go looking for it. Maybe it just stumbles across your path. This could be online. This could be you talking to somebody and them just sharing information and you're like, wait a minute. I didn't know this was happening. I didn't know bitches were moving this way. I didn't know people were saying this shit. I didn't know this was going on. Be prepared to be triggered as fuck by seeing something that's going to cause a lot of emotional turmoil inside of you. It's really coming up for me in my chest right here. So I feel like it could have to do with your heart chakra, but it also could have to do with like anxiety and feeling like a tightness right here. Like you need to take like a big breath, like you're feeling anxious from something. But I think for me personally, this trigger, I didn't do anything wrong. I've done nothing wrong. Neither of you. Okay? I've done nothing wrong, but it's telling me I need to fix something. I need to do something. And we'll get into that, but take this hit. You're not in trouble, by the way. This is like the universe speaking directly to you to give you a clear-cut sign, like, no. Like, You need to stay focused. This is for you. You've come far enough. Make an adjustment. Monkey, you okay? Want to sit? So when I say you might go looking for it, here's 2 examples. Wait, Red, your dog is named Monkey as well? I love that. His government name is Monk, but we call him Monkey. But so, here's 2 examples that are coming to my mind. One, you ask somebody straight up, how's so-and-so? And it might be someone that you're not cool with. You're expecting them to say, they're miserable as always. But instead they say some shit like, they got engaged, or like they they're the boss now at whatever job. And you're like, okay, that's annoying because they absolutely don't deserve that. Now I'm kind of irritated because like I feel like I'm out here working really hard and horrible people are like winning left and right. Or maybe you go looking for it in a way that's like you're snooping, you're doing your rounds on social media, you're checking your daily shit, and then you're like, who I haven't thought about in a while? This one dude who I can't fucking stand. This one bitch who I don't fucking like anymore, and we had beef, but like we didn't block each other, so like I could still check and see what she's doing. And then you check, and there's going to be some shit that's gonna trigger you. It might be that people are hanging out with this person who have talked down on their name with you and have said stuff like that, like to basically make it seem like you guys were on the same page, and now they're showing signs of being like two-faced by hanging out with these people and buddy-buddy, and you're wondering like, did the things we share and that I shared with them, were those like being told, like is this not a safe person? Or if you hear like, oh, so-and-so is being rewarded for their bad behavior, it can make you feel like, okay, I've been in the trenches recently, so why is this happening? Why do the good die young? It's not really like that. I think this is calling you to check in with yourself and be like, okay, first of all, I need you to not judge your feelings. I need you to observe. I need you to notice and observe and like take a mental note of them. What am I feeling right now? If you stumble upon this information and you immediately start to feel anxious, disappointed, like, or maybe like butthurt even, take note of this, figure out why are you feeling this way, and ask yourself, what is this trying to teach me? What is the lesson that I'm supposed to learn here? Because it's not bad. Like this, everything is just a sign. It's a little message and a signal for you to like figure out how to navigate next. I gotta be honest with you guys. I think the answer for a lot of this is going to be with the what is this teaching me? Because for me, I sometimes have a hard time observing my feelings and my reactions and emotions without putting a meaning to it. I used to be like, I feel anxious because life hates me. You know what I mean? You don't do that. Don't do that. Just be like, oh, I feel anxious. I feel nervous. I feel hurt. I feel like uneasy or whatever. Now my reason is asking myself, what is this teaching me? What am I supposed to learn from this? And one of the things that it might be, we're going to smoke some of the, no wait, sorry. We're going to smoke some of this Lucid Blue. But one of the things that it might be showing you is maybe you've been giving your power away way too fucking easy, but you haven't even noticed it. Maybe you didn't think you were giving your power away to other people or to things that were like subconsciously draining you or bothering you. But this is showing you how much power you were giving, because if you weren't giving that power away to them, it wouldn't affect you whatsoever. Like this new information wouldn't even like trigger you. So you're giving your power away to something, whether it's a label, whether it's a person, whether it's a story you've been telling yourself like inside, or whether it's what you thought was like the reality that everybody agreed on, and now it seems like people are switching up. Again, I don't know what this is exactly going to be for you, but it should be happening. Like, it's an extremely recent thing. 24 to 48 hours in either direction. Let's see. Okay, wait, I'm being asked to have a last conversation with a family member, and I really don't want to, and I'm worried that I was being a bad person or blocking a lesson, but now I'm like, wait, no. Yeah, see, maybe that's what triggered the fuck out of you, too, is, like, even that whole situation of like, having to say no and then seeing, like, what is it teaching you? Oh, it's teaching me that, like, I thought I didn't give a fuck about what my family thinks, but, like, maybe I do. Maybe I'm overthinking, like, my own, like, connection to my intuition and what's the right thing to do. But maybe you're fucking not. Exactly. Exactly, Mariah. I just feel like, for me, the lesson is maybe I was subconsciously giving away my power and I didn't even realize it. And I can sit here and say, I've healed from certain things. I'm over certain things. Certain people, they've been so uninvolved in my life for so long and, like, never, like, a good person to me that I'm, like, over it. And maybe I'm not over it as much as I thought I was. And that's not a punishment. Maybe, like, that's not me being like, oh, I actually didn't do enough work. I'm actually not cool. Kisan! Hi! I always do, like, a yeah when you come in with, like, a fist in the air. Like a huzzah! Anyway, guys. Looking incredible. Thank you. But anyway, I think that this lesson you're going through, it's meant to just show you something about yourself. It's okay if you're having big reactions and big feelings. It's okay. Like, I'm not here to, like, shame you or demonize that. I'm having it as well. I think it's honestly, like, there to be like, whoop, here's it's not, it's harmful in a way, like, okay, it hurts, but it's not like the end all be all. Really? Really? Loopy? Thank you. Thank you for being a good listener. It's hard because it's like something that's hurtful and, like, is causing a reaction out of you. But in the grand scheme of things, you're like, this is not that deep. Like, I will move past this pretty quickly. Hey, monkey, you gotta really relax, baby. We're having a heat wave right now. I have fans on and, like, fans and AC on in, like, every room. And the kittens, like, I don't know. They like the temperature of the AC, but they don't like the AC itself, really. So they're kind of hanging out on one side of the room, and that's the side of the room that is, like, close to the door, because we're on the other side of the door. And so they keep putting their little paws underneath the door, and then Monkey's like whack-a-mole with the kitten paws. Leveling up can be painful, but worth it. Not even just the group. I feel like it's my family. Wait, I missed something. I'm having a hard time navigating my relationships. I don't know what's going on. I just feel like I've outgrown some of these dynamics. No, but maybe that's your lesson, babe. Like, maybe you are growing faster than them. Why does my fucking... I feel like there's, like, an actual, like splinter sticking out of my nose. Oh, okay, well, it's gone now. What the fuck? I need a goddamn hit of this sativa. Sativa diva. I will tell my mom you said hi. Yo, 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 stone to the bone. Stay safe, till Jenny. You're hilarious. But, Kaylee, I feel like it might be painful, like, well, not might be, it is painful when you outgrow, like, people and situations, but I like that you're just feeling a version of being outgrown, and it's not like, oh yeah, every single one of them, like, deeply betrayed me. They all slept with my partner and my, like, cousin, you know what I mean? Like, it's not, like, I think when you just notice, like, things are not aligning, things are seeming really out of whack, out of place, that's honestly, like, and you're able to pick up on it and make the leap, make the jump, even if it's just like, oh, I've seen them say or do certain things that I don't really move that way, and I'm shocked that they did, but I also don't want to, like, change them as a person, and I don't need to change them as a person. I can just walk away. It kind of sounds like that could also be Like what you're seeing is like you're seeing behaviors and patterns of how certain people are and how they handle situations, and you're like, I don't vibe with that. And that also is like a really clear way of knowing, okay, the universe is showing me this is not for me. My mom always said it's equally as important, if not more important, to know what you don't want as it is to know what you do want, because there's so many things we haven't tried that we might like. But as long as we know what we don't want, we won't get taken advantage of as much. We won't get in situations where we are, like, able to be more victim, is what I'm trying to say. More of a victim. But Kaylee, I'm really sorry that things seem like you're just not jiving with the people in your life right now. I have been there before, especially the last few years. And yeah, I just want you to know, when you let go of what doesn't serve you, it creates room in your life for what does, because the universe isn't going to put a bunch of stuff on your plate that works for your future if you're still having low vibrational things that don't like go with it from your past. And honestly, the thing that, like, for me, being triggered about just how men have let me down in my life, I guess. Not my husband. Literally every other man except my husband. And not you guys. But a lot of men have, like, let me down, and I've been, like, really sad about that recently for some reason. And I feel like sometimes seeing someone's true colors, it, like, gives you permission to be your true self and to, like, shatter any false version or idea of them that you thought there was, any, like, false like shame or guilt that you have for the situation. Sometimes seeing people for their true colors takes a lot of guilt and shame off of your plate, and it gives you permission to, like, speak your truth and be your true self. Interesting. I don't think about what I don't want much, but what a good lens to help understand why I'm not happy with what's there. Yeah, right? My mom told me that when I was going through, like, I was going to rehab, and I was in, like, an abusive relationship, and I was like, I feel like I failed. Like, I don't understand. It honestly, it doesn't feel fair, because I was, like, the perfect kid, perfect grades, straight A student, like, lead in all the shows, teacher's favorite, like, known in my neighborhood. I was everyone's babysitter, like, dog sitter, like, everything. And when I went to college, my eating disorder got the best of me. And my school that I was at, we had so many weigh-ins, and they would be like, they made us get calorie king, and they would check what we ate. They would take us to the cafeteria and tell us what we could and couldn't have, and, like, critique what we were eating. It just fueled my eating disorder so bad that I ended up going to rehab. And while I was in rehab and I was talking to a therapist, I was realizing, oh my God, I'm being, like, severely abused as well in my relationship. And I remember telling my mom, like, I feel like I'm failing, even though I work harder than, like, sorry, most people that I fucking know, and they're having a grand old fucking time. And she was like, you're not failing. You're finding out way quicker than everybody. You're finding out. She was nice, because she was like, you have had a hard childhood. You have always been the person that has to find out, like, immediately, like, okay, so this is what I don't want. And then you just, like, really succeed and do really well after that, because you know what you will and won't tolerate. And this is just the same thing. Like, it's just as important, if not more important, to know what experiences and what things in your life you do not want. Because how many times do people live their life going also, like, super, super long, maybe in great relationships, or not having to think about those things, never considering those things. Then they get into a relationship in their 30s, 40s, 50s, and they're an adult, and it's a little bit harder to have the courage to leave in those situations, because you've never really had to do that before, because you aren't used to knowing, like, what you will and won't accept. And then you can easily get into a situation where you can be manipulated. Remain extraordinary until I return. You got it, Red. Please do ASMR. What kind? Yeah, Kaylee, you're doing great. Hi, Jeremy. Thanks for being here. Kat said, feel that. We have a... Through all the hardships, I'm grateful for the lessons. Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Plus, now, like, I feel like a lot of my friends will say, like, oh, you're so granny danny. And I'm like, guys, I got a lot of shit out of my system at a young age. And I don't have to learn a lesson more than once. I'm not somebody that learns, like, you don't have to tell me twice. Like, once I learn the lesson that, like, hey, this motherfucker doesn't respect you and they're gonna always treat you poorly, and it doesn't matter if you're family or it doesn't matter if you love them. Like, it's not about you. Like, they're not changing. It is so much easier to walk away. What started my passion for tattoos? Unfortunately, the subject of today's video, my dad. My dad is like covered in tattoos. He doesn't have like full sleeves. He has like kind of like patchwork, I guess. He just has like, well, he kind of, I don't know. He doesn't have like a sleeve with filler. He just has like massive pieces on like one of this arm and then a few big pieces on this arm. And when I was little, he like was always like talking about more tattoos that he wanted to get. And I was like, those are so cool. Like, I love tattoos. He was like, yeah, tattoos are cool. And then as soon as I was able to like go to school, he was like, you can't get tattoos. You're a girl. Tattoos are only for boys. And I was like, but you've been telling me that it was fine. And he was like, that's because you were a little kid. But now you're not a little kid. Okay, first of all, I'm 7. I'm still a little kid. He was like, girls can't have tattoos. And I knew from that day on I was going to be a tatted baddie. Fuck what he said. I was like, you're crazy as fuck. And I was like, nuh-uh, Aunt Maggie has tattoos. That's his sister. And he was like, yeah, well, she does crazy stuff. And I was like, and she's like one of my favorite aunts ever. So, of course, I want to be like her. Anyway, my dad had a lot of cool tattoos that I thought were cool. He has like a big one on his bicep. It takes up like his whole thing. When his niece was 4, she drew him a picture of him and his dog. It looks terrible. It looks like a balloon man with like a bunny. Like, you know, those humans that are, those humans, you know, when those people make balloon creatures, like balloon art and animals and stuff, and they make like a little balloon person. That's what it looks like. It's like a full ass. She drew him a picture, and then he just got it tattooed on his bicep. And I remember being a kid and thinking like, wait, that's so cool. I wouldn't do that. But the fact that that's an option, incredible. Do you love Jesus? I don't know Jesus. I've literally never met him. So I don't really love. I'm not parasocial with people unless you're Megan Thee Stallion. Well, I just got here. What are we talking about? My dad has this. Well, we're talking about a lot of stuff. Somebody said, I'm just answering a question about what got me into like into liking tattoos. And I was like, unfortunately, the subject of today's video, the antagonist, which is my father. But yeah, he has a ton of tattoos. And since I was little, I was like, that's so cool. But then he, mind you, he hates tattoos on women. I've shown him some of mine when we were, like, this was like years ago when we were soft launching, not communicating anymore, when we were soft launching, going no contact. And he hadn't seen me in person in like so long, like years and years and years. And I walked in and he sees all my tattoos and I could just tell he hated them. And this little girl goes, which one was it? She looked at my butterfly on my hand. She was like, oh, look, you can color it in. Oh my gosh, let me color it in. So she grabs like some like little Crayola markers. She starts coloring on my tattoo. And she goes, why would you get this done if you weren't even going to color it in? And I thought it was so cute. And I looked over at my dad because my dad, like, adults hate him, so he only like really at like a family function he'll hang out with like the little kids. Weird, I know. He's a bad man. I'm not saying he's doing bad things to the kids. I'm just like it is weird, but he's a bad dude, so I'm not defending his weird behavior. And I like looked at my dad thinking he would think that was funny. And then he was like, "No, seriously." And then he was like, "Why'd you get any of those tattoos?" And I was like, "Oh. Oh. My bad. My bad. Because you're the motherfucker who got a tattoo that your niece randomly drew, who you don't even talk to, you never check up on, you wrote her off because she's more left-leaning than you wanted to be. And you literally haven't spoken to her in like 30 years. And it's a poorly done tattoo. And she doesn't fucking like you. And also she's the first of your like 6 or 7 nieces just in that one immediate family that you're referring to. So actually, your tattoos are dumb, bitch. Actually, his tattoos are like, oh, he seems weird, no offense. Full offense. Full offense. He is weird. And actually, another weird fucking thing about him is he would talk so much shit about like the Epstein files, which you're thinking, what's wrong with that? Wait. Until Trump was named in the Epstein files, and then all of a sudden it was like, well, I don't want anyone to like, die or have anything bad happen to them. Like they just, we'll just have to do some investigating. Because I was on the phone with my mom, and this is before they broke up, and like, this is before they, this is when they were still a couple, before the incident. And I was on the phone with my mom, and she was like, I didn't know my dad was in the car. And she was like, hey, before you go, I just have to tell you, I had a dream, and I've been having like psychic moments, and I've been having so many, hi Denisa. I've been having so many moments where I'm like, oh, I'm manifesting shit. Like I'm just willing it to happen. So then I said, oh, because my mom and I are on the same page. She was only with him because of his control. But so then my mom goes, or I go, oh, well, I have an idea. Can you manifest that everyone involved in the Epstein files fucking dies? And then I hear my dad from the side. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. My mom's like, oh, sorry, your dad's in the car. I don't think he really liked that. And I was like, okay. Anyway, can you make sure that they die? And he goes, I don't want anyone to die. I said, don't you have 2 tattoos that say 1 shot, 1 kill? You have a skull with cross guns instead of crossbones. He has a skull with cross guns. 1 shot, 1 kill. Another fucking, like, killer, like, kill, devil, whatever shit. Bitch, is it suddenly 1 shot, 1 hug? 1 shot, 1 reform school, whatever the fuck? 1 shot, 1 therapy session. I thought it was 1 shot, 1 kill. One shot, 1 love. He seems really hypocritical, not gonna lie. He's so hypocritical, but his fatal flaw is that he's like pretty dumb. Well, like, he can learn things, but like he just won't. Like, because the way white supremacy works is you feel like you know everything. So he won't learn more because that would interfere with like the theory. He's actually anti-college and anti-further education. He literally said to me one time, school really shouldn't be that necessary. Like up to 8th grade, absolutely. But after that, it should be up to you. What? He just chooses not to because he's whitewashed. Mm-hmm. Rules for thee, but not for me, head at. Yeah, exactly. He's also the type to be, he used to always say to me, he would be like, so you think gay people are born that way? And I was like, yeah, I do. And then he was like, so what's the difference between that and a pedophile? I said, probably the consent part, I would say. If you're just looking for a quick off the dome answer, I would say consent. 2 consenting individuals, an adult and a child. Hey, What are you talking about? Like, this is not this. This is not. Like, that's he's. You know what I mean? Comparing oranges to hamburger buns over here. But it's just like, what are, yeah, like, it's like, what are you, I can't believe we were having that conversation. I said, Dad, first of all, I'm not even double digits yet. And I'm just trying to answer you honestly. I haven't done my research on the trans community. I haven't done my research in pedophilia. Truthfully. At this point, I was about 9, you know. He started when I was about 7, hit me with the, do you think it's okay for a man to put his penis in another man? I think he thought that I was smarter than I was, that I was more aware than I was, because I didn't know what sex was, so I was just picturing somebody, like, getting stabbed and then shoving their dick in the stab wound, because I was like, how else would you get it in there? I don't know. But then when I was, like, 9, he would, like, upgrade it a little bit. And I was like, now let's talk about, like, homosexuality compared to pedophilia. I said, well, I'm still not really sure about these things, but I would say consent would be the big difference. The fuck? Like, what are you, like, who asked the child that? My dad. And I look back sometimes and I'm like, what's wrong with this guy? Like, my therapist, I said, yeah, he's just so homophobic. You know what I mean? Like, who wants to talk to a 7 to 9-year-old about gay sex? My therapist goes, I'm more concerned with what adult wants to talk to a 7 to 9-year-old about sex, if it's not necessary. If you're not sexually active from 7 to 9, why is your dad wanting to talk to you about this in the wee hours of the nighttime? Like, I don't know. And as I'm learning more about purity culture, because he was very like, men can get tattoos, women can't. Women can just get their ears pierced and that was it. And so, like, it just, but he was just very, like, double standard-y. He also was like, I said I wanted to go to college. He was pissed. He was like, why do you have to go to college out of state? And I was like, because it's the perfect opportunity for me to experience living somewhere else. Not for free, but, like, I'll have somewhere to live for sure. I'll be busy in school. Like, I can get a job. Like, it's just, I'll have a lot of security if I do that. It's a little bit easier. And he was like, he was just mad about it for some reason. He was like, you don't need to go to college. I could get, if you really need to work, I could get you a good job working for the city until you get a husband. He thought I was going to live in their house. Mind you, I moved out before I was 16 because of him. But he thought I was going to, like, live in their house until I was, like, married. Huh? I also was like, I'm never getting married. Fuck you. The universe had other plans, played a little funny joke on me, and I ended up marrying somebody who at the time was in the military, which I swore I would never do because my dad was a sniper in the military. But Isaiah's different. He's perfect in every way. But I'm learning about purity culture recently, and I'm learning that it's rooted in, like, pedophilia. And I'm like, my dad has, like, because one time he, like, got mad at me and said I ruined Thanksgiving for everybody. Because I wore, you guys know, like, the white girl fall outfit? You know the one. Boom. An outfit like this, okay? Except they weren't jeans, they were leggings, but the sweater, as you can see, goes down very far in the back. Picture this. I'm like 14. I'm like 14. And it's family Thanksgiving. So we all go to my grandma's, and I'm in a white girl fall uniform. I have some leggings. I have a white, so back then Justice was like well, when I was a kid, Justice was a thing, but my tank tops that I got then, honey, they were still fitting. So I had one of like the thick Justice tank tops on. I had a sweater. I had a scarf on, and then I had like knee-high boots, right? I was thinking, I look like fall embodied. I'm showing up to Thanksgiving like I am Thanksgiving. Well, aside from the controversy, of course. Mind you, I was a teenager. So I show up to Thanksgiving, everyone's having a good time. So I thought, we get home, and my friends are like, oh, it's Black Friday. My mom used to do Black Friday shopping, and my friends and I would just sometimes, like, if we had friends who could drive, or if their parents were going, we would just, like, go for fun and, like, window shop or whatever, just because, I don't know, we're a bunch of city kids. That's what you do. Like, we're from Cincinnati, so either way, we're going to be out late hanging out in a city or in whatever. Now the stores and the malls are just open, so it's like, let's just go get a little coffee, whatever. We get home though, and I'm like getting ready to like go out with my friends, and so I'm putting on like a hoodie and like sweatpants. So very like, this has been a wholesome night for me. My attire, very wholesome. All of a sudden, as I'm about to leave, I go to walk through like the kitchen, because you just had to in the house. Go to walk through the kitchen, and my dad is like screaming at my mom about me, and he said I made everybody at Thanksgiving so uncomfortable because I dressed like a slut, and it was so distracting how I was dressing. And my mom was like, she looked like she worked at a church. Like not a lick of skin was showing. I know I said I had a thick tank top on. I know I said that, but I had one of those big ass scarves that you can wrap around multiple times as well, and a big sweater that went like to my knees. It had buttons in the front. I don't know how many were buttoned. Obviously not all of them, or I wouldn't really been able to walk. The comment that says, you knew who your father was before this is crazy. I'm like, yeah, I know. That's why he's completely alone now, and everyone in his life has left him, including his, like, blood. His own blood. Is your father Mormon? Catholic, so different side of the coin. But yeah, he said I ruined Thanksgiving because my outfit, I dressed like a whore and like a slut. My mom was like, what? And like, when I was telling my therapist that like a long time ago, just like as a funny story, which she didn't think was funny, I'm like, yeah, that's fair. She was like, it makes me uncomfortable that your dad sexualizes everything you do so much. Right. Right. And I didn't think about that. Wait, you boy Joker, I do remember you, and I'm also dead that you remember that story about us driving off the cliff. We didn't almost drive off a cliff, we did. But yeah, no, my mom left his ass. She said, I can't stay. KJ's in the chat. Hi, good to see you. So Kat said there was this exhibition on women's clothing. They wore when they were sexual. Oh, sorry, I can't fucking read. Oh, I'm not wearing my glasses. I was like, why am I having a hard time reading? There's an exhibition on women's clothing they wore when they were sexually assaulted. It's absolutely incredible because it does not matter what you wear or how old you are. Yeah. I know that's right. It's a shame. It's a fucked up world we live in. I'm going to pull some cards to elaborate, though, on the situation that's triggering us. Mel is in the chat. Hello, Mel. You're just in time. I'm going to do some oracle. It's not the oracle of the week, it's the oracle of the day, because the message of today was, I feel like you're going to see something, like somebody's going to tell you something, or you're going to stumble upon it and see it yourself. Maybe you're going to go looking for it, like online. Maybe you're going to ask around and then hear something you don't want to hear. I don't know, but you're going to like You are glowing, Danny. Thank you, Mel. Thank you. Is that hash? It's just flour. But anyway, I think you're going to be triggered by something, and I think it's going to, well, I think you're going to feel really triggered, but like, it's not the end of the world, but you're just going to kind of spiral over it. Like, why? What is this teaching me is what I want you to think. I want you to observe how you feel, notice how you feel, don't judge it, don't give it a meaning. The meaning is literally, what is this teaching me? I think what it's teaching is that we have been giving our power away without realizing it, and our energy away to a certain situation, and we only are realizing it now because we're having an emotional reaction. Even if we're not talking about it with other people, it's like a secret emotional reaction. I'm not going to tell anybody. That's between you and Gus, the great universal source. I'm not going to tell anybody. Yeah, good idea. So Chaos said, can we have some clarity on how to move the energy around? Maybe not just move on, but move through now. Nessa said, okay, read me to filth. I agree, Mel. The emotions have been running high. Mel, I'm sending you all the love in the world. Oh my gosh. Kira's in the chat! Hi, Kira. Kira, what you just missed. I'm pulling some cards for some clarity. Mariah or Chaos just asked a really great clarifying question. But basically, if you're feeling tested right now, the vibe I'm getting is you within the last 48 hours, or with like coming up the next 48 hours, you're gonna stumble upon some information, or you're gonna see something that's gonna kind of trigger you and upset you. For me, maybe I went looking for it. Maybe I was being nosy. Maybe I was talking my shit and being nosy, and then I just hurt my own feelings, which I knew I would do. Fuck you too, Dad. But that's okay. Because I think it's showing me, and a lot of us, that we were subconsciously giving this thing more energy than we were realizing. Because if we weren't giving it energy, we probably would not have a reaction at all. Mel, I'm sending you all the love, and we're going to take a hit for you. But also, like, that's so big of you. That's amazing. Like, I love whatever you give energy grows. Yes, and that's, I think, thank you, Kira. And that's what I think is happening, is the universe is giving you this sign to let you know, like, you've been putting energy in this subconsciously. And, you know, now you're aware. Now you can stop. But Mariah asked, how are we going to move through it right now? Like, not like how do we fix it, but how do we, like, move through it. What can we do now? So that's what we're getting some clarity on. Beautiful. Hold on, I'm going to pull a few. It's getting juicy in here. Also, if you're just joining, yes, I am finishing my chess piece next Monday. Was it supposed to be today? Yes. Is it actually better that it's not? Yes, because I only got 3 hours of sleep, and 3 hours of sleep before a chess piece, which hurts really bad, not a good idea. So I woke up really early, and I ordered, like, healthy food to eat, and I did a bunch of chores, like a bunch of fucking chores. Took a shower, and then right when I was about to leave, my tattoo girl was like, I'm so sorry, emergency. We have to reschedule to Monday, which is fine. So I took a nap. The next card that falls when I shuffle is for you, Deepak. Absolutely. Okay. It is Soul Family. It says call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. I wish they didn't use the word tribe, but that's okay. You don't have to do it alone. Okay, Deepak, lean on your community. We're here for you. And also your community outside of here, of course. You can lean on them as well. I'm just a little self-centered. I'm like, we've got you. We've got you in the palm of our hand. So let me stay out. Okay, so Mariah asked, how can we like move through this right now? What can we do right now to kind of just like go through it? 2 cards that I have right here. The first one says protection, call back your power, cut the cord, soul retrieval. Read my ass, we'll get to that. And then the other one just is like sisterhood of the rose, beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. Okay. It's not a tongue twister, but it's not a smooth tongue path either. I'll say that. Here's what I'm getting from this. You need to tap back into your power. And yes, do a cord cutting ritual. I'm actually going to do one today. You need to tap back into your power. Kevin, I'm going to freak the fuck out. You guys can hear me digesting. Obviously, you can hear me swallow. I just like swallowed hard as fuck. Okay, it was the card shuffling. Okay. Perfect. But anyway, you need to like, yeah, call back your power. This says like protection, cut the cord, soul retrieval. Do whatever ritual is going to work for you. For me, I do love a cord cutting ceremony. Also, I have, where is it? Let me show you. This is what I'm going to be using today. Not on the stream with you guys, but this is for like my spells. I'm high and I can't open it. Jesus, I'm not gonna like show you what the spells are, but like, you know. So I'm gonna use this today. If you're into the manifest masturbate stuff, you can also use this. I'm like, don't masturbate on it. Well, you could. But no, you can like write your spell or write your intention. And so like what I'll do is like, whatever triggered me, I write down exactly how I feel. So I'll put like anger, frustration, insecurity, instability, like I don't feel like if like not feeling safe, like not feeling understood, fear of abandonment. I'll write down all these like really like big feelings that I'm trying to release. And then I'll write like on like the next page or something, like what I'm calling in, like stability, clarity, sense of self, like calmness just to my brain. Anne Hathaway, calma. Calma. Do you guys know what I'm fucking talking about when she's like in Italy and people like go up to her for like a picture? It's like a lot of them and she's like, calma. Calma. It's like she said it like, oh my god, she wouldn't stop saying it. I was dying. Thank you guys for saying you love the book. Kira said, I think ignoring things can definitely make it come back around eventually, but acknowledging something and setting it free instead will work better. And we are now at a spoken word. What is it called? Open mic, spoken word, poetry reading. Slam poetry! All that, just that bad setup just for me to snap. Loopy, I know. Mama. Good listening. Yeah, you can talk shit, but you can't. I don't think you should do this. I don't think you should do this. Oh! She's so funny. Can you cord cut to leave a part of yourself or... Oh, yeah. You can absolutely. When you said leave a part of yourself, though, I'm not going to lie. My brain was like, you want to leave a piece of you with them. You're like, and take my weenus. Remember me with my elbow. Okay, so what I'll do, right, is I have my list. So you'll have your list of all the big feelings you're feeling that you don't want to feel. On another page, I'll put the feelings that I want to call in. Then you're going to get your handy dandy I don't know, vibrator, right hand, toy, whatever you want to use. Do a little masturbation. I like to keep it right next to me because I can't always remember like what I wrote down if I'm like in the moment, because you can do whatever you got to do to get there or focus, whatever gets you there. Okay. Then you're going to grab your book right when you're orgasming. You're going to grab your like the feelings that you wrote out. You're going to focus on first. Well, it kind of depends on like, it kind of just depends on what spell you're doing. If you're just doing like an overall cleanse or like whatever, you can just focus on like good feelings. But for me, if I'm doing a cord cutting, I focus on sending them. I read what it says, all those negative feelings, all those things I want to let go of. I visualize all of those feelings going to that person because they're not even my feelings anyway. Like those feelings originated from that person that like triggered me. And I'm just like, you know what? It's not mine anymore. Take it back. I don't want it. And then I cut the cord there, and then it's like it's done. Usually I'll take a shower afterward and like cleanse it off of me. You can do actual cord cutting ceremonies where you can get like candles and light shit and burn it and everything. I gotta be honest, I don't like setting things up like that, so mine is more of like an energetic orgasm vibe. And that's okay, that's just for me. That's fine. You do what works for you. I'd recommend lighting a candle and placing a glass of water next to your bed to amplify the energy. Ooh. Love. Hungry eyes? Deshaun, what does that mean? He said, you look hungry as fuck. You look like you are just waiting to eat. Deshaun said, hello, big back, which honestly, I think big back as a phrase is so funny, but I hate that we're like coming up with like nicknames and like jokes to make fun of people's weight and stuff like that. Because I'm like, I just feel like it's an indicator of like heroin chic and all that coming back. And I've never been so triggered in my life than I am right now. Kira said, that's not true. That's not true. I haven't been this triggered in a few years. What's your favorite high snack? Kira, I don't know anymore because now I am on an anti-inflammatory diet, and that's no gluten, no refined sugar, no dairy, no fun stuff because I'm having like really bad health issues, and my doctor, we're trying to prep my body to see if I can get surgery in a few months and like whatever. Basically, I have two uteruses. I have a heart-shaped uterus, but like it's supposed to be like in the womb. It's like this when you're a baby and when you're in the womb, your uterus comes together like this, and then when this part touches, this all dissolves and it like makes the womb space. Mine didn't do that. It just touched and stopped, and now I'm having a lot of issues. So, and it's making my ovaries only function at 10%, which is making me really sick. So I'm on an anti-inflammatory diet right now, and I gotta tell ya, it's very triggering. I love, like that. I'm very grateful that I'm able to afford healthy food, and that I live near places where I have access to it. I'm very grateful for that, and I don't want to sound stupid and like ungrateful. I don't want to sound like an out of touch influencer like Catherine Ebbs, who's like, oh my God, I'm at a grocery store with poor people. But I will say it's really triggering for my eating disorder because in the world of like the Ariana Grande debates of everything, and like I just feel very restricted on this diet. And I'm also a mouth stimmer, like a food stimmer, and I love like chips. It's like my thing. And I like can't have them right now because they're really hurting my hormones. And I'm like super, I'm just like super triggered. And it's not to say like I'm like, oh, it's so hard being me, because I'm literally so grateful that I can afford to keep feeding myself this way, because it's really annoyingly expensive to eat super clean. But damn, it is, because there's a lot of things where like I won't want to eat because I'm like, that doesn't even fucking sound good. And I'm very like, I just have this thing. I know Kira knows what I'm talking about, where it's like I eat the same thing like over and over that's like if it sounds good, if it I pick it. It's not just like, okay, this works, I'll eat it over and over. It's like, oh, this hits. Nothing is like hitting. So sometimes if I don't have a food that like hits, I just like won't eat. And now that I'm like seeing some results from the anti-inflammatory diet, because I just had another checkup. I've had like a checkup every single week for the past few weeks at the gynecologist. And at my next checkup, or at my checkup yesterday, she was like, well, the inflammation already looks like it's going down, so you're doing a great job. Like, please stick to this diet. Like, it's really working. And so, and then I got a comment from somebody that was like, you don't have a double chin anymore. And it's like, guys, I have a feeling the double chin's going to come back because I've just had it for most of my life. And that really got in my head because in rehab they told me no one's looking at your body as much as you are. And then in my head it was like, sorry, there's a hair down my shirt. And then getting that comment was like, oh, people are noticing, and that's annoying. So now I feel like I'm restricting food. I feel like people are noticing, and I'm just like very triggered. Also, I had come to terms with my double chin. It's like not 100% gone, which I'm fine with. But I had come to terms with it, and I thought it was cute. And so the fact that someone commented on it, and they have body dysmorphia, so I'm not mad like at them. I know they were saying it because they thought they were complimenting me, but it's like now in my head I'm just thinking, oh cool, so I have to stay looking like I don't have a double chin, which means I have to stay looking a certain way. And that just reinforces when I'm like, oh well, if this food's gonna make me like break out or make me inflamed, then I'm just not gonna eat it. And since nothing really sounds good right now, like I'm gonna just not eat anything in general because in my head I'm like avoiding all food is better than eating something inflammatory, which is just not the case. But so yeah, I'm struggling a little bit, but that's okay. That's all right. Because also I'm a tough cookie, but I don't think I do have ASD. I've never seen a doctor for it either. You're doing your absolute best. Please be kind to yourself. Give yourself grace. I don't want yourself. You're doing such a great job taking care of your health. Thank you, Mel. I appreciate you. Is it Elvira or Elvira? Either way, I love your name. Your lives are so healing. I'm so glad you show up and share your life with us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're going to get through this, Danny. You're strong as fuck. I love you, Kira. Thank you. Kira's content helps me a lot with, like, my body image stuff because Kira does a lot of, like, body positive content or, like, just, I don't know what I would call it. Maybe not body positive, but, like, a lot of, like, deprogramming from the masses. A lot of, like, hey, by the way, like, skinny is not the goal. Like, feeling good is. But yeah, if you don't follow Kira, which I'm sure you guys do, but if you don't follow Kira, they post a lot of autism content, like body acceptance and like breaking the social stigmas, stuff like that. Kira is recently not smoking weed because it just wasn't working for them. They're not like a weed hater by any means. It's just not, it wasn't. Being a responsible cannabis advocate is knowing when you're using it responsibly and when you're not. And I think it's good that Kira does a really responsible job of talking about how their experience shifted with it and not demonizing the plant. But that being said, I don't know why I'm just like, by the way, guys, Kira's not smoking with us. And it's like, that's okay, that's okay. I don't know why I just outed you like that. Sorry. How's my Lavrin? How's Lauren? Rainbow, you're so sweet. Honestly, I still look forward to seeing you in the chat every day. Oh, You are totally good. You are totally good, Kira. We love somebody taking their health into their own hands and like being mindful with everything. Like being a mindful cannabis user is what we want. So like you're being so responsible. I love it. Lauren's oh my gosh, yay! Yeah, you guys should also follow Kira and Lauren. They have a so they're married. They have a podcast. It's so crazy. So I met Kira like through social media. I was following Kira for a while, and then I think maybe I can't remember if I commented on something or if like my YouTube got recommended to them, but they saw one of my videos, and then so we started following each other. And once I like we've like met and hung out in person with Lauren as well. But even before that, we would like talk all the time because like we really clicked, especially with the autism thing. Because I learned so much from Kira's content about self realization and then getting a diagnosis. But anyway, my point being, come to find out, Kira's wife is from where I'm from. Is from my city. Is from Cincinnati. Like, what a small world. And we know, like, the same people. Without giving too much away, we have... I was about to be like, we have Tovlo connections, except we, like, don't. It's not... Whatever. But it's just like, wow, small world. Hi, Maya. Maya, I just saw your name. Hi. What's the question? What's up? I love you, Ruby. You're such a good girl. True on my own, I got my blood moon time and foot, neck, and hip pain. Oh, and I got my blood moon time. Okay, so that was really hard for me to read, Seb. I was like, these are just words. These are just words thrown together. Now I'm understanding. Ashman said, nice tats. Thank you so much. Big fan. All right, we're going to keep pulling cards. I'm getting lost in the conversation. Now I have 271 subs. How can I improve my channel? Post as much as you can consistently, and also from like focus on just being as really authentically you. So like I don't know what your content is, but I got to a certain point where I realized I'm smoking weed and talking shit and like talking about the universe and mindfulness with you guys. I don't need to present myself like, hi, I'm Danny, and welcome to Awake and Bake with Danny. So today, I have something very, like, it doesn't, I'm not a fucking newscaster. Like, just be your fucking self. But consistency, it took, I don't know, man, it took me super long to grow on YouTube, and I'm still not even, like, I don't even have, not, okay, let me not talk down. I'm on the road to 10K. Yeah, Mel, I agree. I agree. Engage with your audience. And I've always said that. No, Rainbow, for real, I like used to have the longest fucking intro, and it was just doing too much. And like, Awake and Big was different then. I had like a co-host, and like, so some things I had to like consider with them. But once we like went our separate ways, I was like, I need to like rebrand this shit. Cause it's coming off a little too formal. I think I was like, well, all of my training. I just graduated from school in New York, like, with this performance degree. Like, I wanted to eat. I was like, I don't know. I think I was just, like, doing too much and not realizing, like, hey, we're not in a Shakespearean production right now. We're online. Holy fuck, Mel, 10 more to go? If you guys haven't subscribed to Mel yet, please do. She makes content kind of similar to mine, but my favorite thing is that it's a grow channel as well. And when I say grow, I do mean cannabis. I mean the cannabisness. Oh, my darling, my darling, my darling. Just being yourself is the best thing because people get to see your lovely baddie self, Danny. Rainbow, thank you. Rainbow, you're the best. Okay, guys, let's take a hit and then we're going to get back to the downloads and the reading about you possibly being triggered recently. Like I said, maybe within the past 48 hours or the upcoming 48 hours or like, you know, now. Getting triggered about something, but it's something that you might have gone looking for, some information you stumbled upon, you saw something. It's just revealing a lot more about yourself. It's revealing that you were giving energy to something that maybe you didn't even realize. Maybe it was subconscious, but you were. And we're going to elaborate on that some more after this hit. And then as I'm lighting it, I'm just going to remind you, so far, no, we're just going to fuck. I'm trying to do too much. Take a hit. It's like, bitch, if you don't calm the hell down. Wait, I was saying all that earlier to say that Kira and Lauren have a podcast and a channel together called A Couple of Queers. They're a married couple. And it's a really good channel. They're a neurodivergent couple. Autistic and ADHD. They're living in Canada. Lucky them. Rupee, you're so cute. I read that as 500 milligram. I said, Mel, what are you trying to do? Mel's prepping for surgery with a 500 milligram edible. No, it's 50. I don't have my glasses on. Every time wait. Does anybody remember that Lil Wayne line? I said I don't have my glasses on. And then in my head, his line, with my glasses on. Most of y'all don't see the picture unless the flash is on. What is that fucking from? Is that fucking a Millie? I don't fucking know. Edible brownies. Ooh, you trying to share? Yay, Mariah, you can finally smoke with us. Okay, guys, so you're going through this situation that's triggering you. It's making you realize, okay, you are giving energy to something you didn't realize. Course correct. Call back your power. Also remember who the fuck you are. Like, take back your power because you are powerful. You're way more powerful than the thing that's triggering you. They don't have to know they triggered you. You're fine. You're fine. This actually says, don't embarrass yourself by entertaining this nonsense. Oh, and you know what? That's actually calling you the fuck out. The universe said, grow the fuck up, bitch. We've been through this. The universe said, feel your feelings, but stop trying to give a fucking meaning to it. You know it's not about you. Mariah, I think we just got to work on you realizing, like, boundaries aren't you being mean. Too many. Okay. Okay. Okay, guys. Oh, this one wants to come out too. Damn, so many are coming out. Sorry. Okay. Big reading, big reading. Thank you, Rural Moon. I appreciate you. I hope your day has been great. Okay, guys, so first of all, one way to get grounded during this, like, calling back your power situation, I think you might not realize all the ways that this is affecting you. And we've been talking about a few of these things recently. If you've been experiencing weird anxiety, or like you're sleepier than usual, or you're more irritable than usual, have you been having like crazy dreams? And they might not be specifically about this situation, but it's just like they're kind of symbolic, they're anxiety inducing, whatever the case may be. I think that your health is being more affected by this energy that you are subconsciously, you weren't aware. I'm not blaming you. I'm talking to myself. I'm looking at myself literally in the fucking viewfinder, talking to myself. But I do think that it's been affecting your health. Is someone here? What the fuck? Oh, no, you guys are just silly. So I think that we need to like kind of check in and realize like sleep disturbances, mood swings and things like that. Maybe all of this is from like a bit of energy leaks, a bit of like, because for me personally, even if I'm just thinking about something a couple times a day, it's not, if I'm thinking about my dad a couple times a day, okay, it's never good, never a good feeling. I feel like it's little parts of my energy that I'm just giving away that I fucking need. Bitch, I'm autistic. I don't even have that much energy to begin with. I can't just give that shit away. That's why I'm always so fucking exhausted. Sorry. Wow, look. It bloomed for us. Wow. We pulled a card before, and this one said, don't embarrass yourself by entertaining this nonsense, okay? Choose yourself in this situation. Honestly, I don't think that the third party, other party in this situation needs to know what the fuck's going on. I don't even think you need to do like a, hey, so I've thought about it and we're going to part ways, but it's been real. Don't contact me, but thank you for the lessons. You don't, I am not saying you have to like block, like ghost, whatever. I'm just saying like it's okay to move on. It's okay to absolutely just choose yourself. Also, I feel like, where was the one that I just saw? This one says, you've been through this before. Did you forget? I'm looking at myself. There's a mirror. I said, bitch, you've been through this before. Did you forget? And maybe I did. Maybe I wanted to just see what would happen if I could just be a little birdie watching from a bird's eye view and see what was going on. But no, I can't do that because giving my energy to my dad at all drains me. Giving my energy to anyone who I don't fuck with or who has hurt me drains me. I don't need to be checking to see if he's reached out to me. I don't need to be checking to see like whatever, because I'm gonna get my feelings hurt. And all that's telling me is like, Queen, I don't mean this in a rude way because I'm talking to myself again, but like, what did you expect? Like, only you can prevent forest fires. No, but like, only you can decide, like, okay, I'm not going to allow this anymore. I'm not going to stay in a situation that's going to keep hurting me. I'm not going to keep checking for somebody that's not checking for me. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I think I had to realize I talk a lot of shit, but recently I've been like really emotional about like not having a, no, it's not that I don't have a relationship, but just like all of it from start to finish, from childhood to now. I'm just like, why couldn't you be like a dad? Like, be normal, be nice, be a dad a little bit. Like, why couldn't you do that? And it's like, I think it got to a point where I was no longer just feeling the feelings. I was kind of ruminating and spiraling on things that weren't serving me. And then I was becoming more like antagonistic and like hateful in a way where it wasn't funny anymore. It was like just kind of creating anger within me. And then I went and did some snooping and hurt my own feelings. You know what? me. I'm not being punished, but the universe is like checking me so that I don't hurt myself down the line. And thank you for that. And you know what? Thank you. Let's take a fucking hit. Rural moon, no for real type shit. She had abandonment issues, but was also a dick. Okay, so Rainbow, you get me. You said that anytime you give energy to a thought, it can take chaos over your life. Yeah, for me, I know that I'm like getting too ruminaty on something when I'm doing the dishes because I always have like horrible like thoughts when I do the dishes. That's why I love having something on so I can not think. But if the thing isn't loud enough or it's not keeping my attention, I just go to these like crazy places. And recently I've been going to the same place over and over. And I feel like that's another sign that I was neglecting to like really notice and pay attention to and like think like, okay, I need to nurture myself in this area. Catch myself when because I don't think I was feeling my feelings anymore. I think I was creating more feelings of upset. So, boundaries. You're so loved by many, Danny. Thank you. Rainbow, we get each other. And I've always said that. Chaos, do you try and like talk to your MAGA family members about it? Do you think that they're like capable of change? I don't know how else to word that, sorry. Cyclic type shit, I feel you. Yeah. Let's take a hit. My puppies are so cute. They're so perfect. I can't handle it. This is such a cool and supportive friend group full of baddies. I'm very grateful to be here. I'm very grateful that you're here, Mel. Trust. Okay, so if everyone wants to go ahead and read Chaos's comment, that's crazy. Grandma's on one. That's wild as fuck. I am so sorry. Jesus. Why would she say that? Like, it's just like, she's like my dad. Like, they're just always thinking of shit that, like, pisses them off. They're just always thinking of some crazy MAGA shit. So any opportunity they have to, like, complain, they will. Like, when my grandma said to me, like, years ago in front of family members, I'm scared, like, I heard the aliens are, like, real and da-da-da. I said, Grandma, the aliens have been here longer than you and I, so it's probably fine. I think it's going to be absolutely fine. They've probably been here longer because they're trying to help us, like, help the earth, like, moving forward. My dad, eavesdropping, jumps in. That's just part of your goddamn lib. Bubba?
Yeah, baby?
Okay, you're on speaker, I'm on live.
Oh, sorry. Feel free to go on live.
Feel free to go unlive?
No, sorry. Go on. Continue on with your live.
I'm still live right now.
Yeah, no, I'm saying I don't have to bother you. Sorry.
Oh, you're okay. What do you need?
I was just going to ask, I'm driving down to drop off fruits, so I'll be in Santa Maria, so if you want me to grab anything from Santa Maria, let me know.
Oh, I don't think I can eat anything.
Real? That was why I figured I'd like maybe even Firehouse Subs. But anyways, if you think of something, send me a text.
Okay. All right. No worries. You get whatever you want for yourself. Okay, baby.
All right.
All right. I love you. I'm in my face. Bye bye.
Love you too. Have a good live. Bye.
Thanks. Bye. You guys are so cute. Daphne! Daphne's in the chat. Ooh, Daphne, I know that's right. Daphne, I was cooking yesterday. I was making fish, and I was singing one of your songs. I was walking around my kitchen like, if you can't swim, how can we fish? I say it. He came in, he said, Daphne? I was like, yes, the one and only. Never leave you lonely. You guys being so nice and sweet about Mr. Wake and Bake, I love it. Daphne's music is everywhere. It's on YouTube, Spotify. Is it on Apple? I think it's everywhere. Rainbow, he's such a damn angel. No, what a king. Jesus. Thank you, Deepak. Ooh. If you tell yourself you won't cough, you won't cough. It kind of works. Her name is Daphne Deanna. So outside of YouTube, I work with a few dispensaries doing like more like events and like gigs or media. And like freelance modeling. But yeah, I used to work in a dispensary, and now I work for or like with them. Daphne's one of my best friends. We met in college in New York. It was love at first sight because Daphne's funny as fuck, and I can only be with people who are funny. Just giving boss. Thanks, Mel. Did you like working in a dispensary? Yes. Yeah, I did. I would do it. I wouldn't do it again if I don't have to, because I like not working outside. Like, okay. I like that I make my own schedule. I work from home. I don't have to like leave my house, aside from like if I do like gigs or if I want to. Like, you know what I mean? For normal shit. But like if I had to get another job outside of the house, I would just work at another dispensary. Not the same one, probably, because been there, done that. There's another one I would want to work at. But I love it because you get to help people. You get to learn about the plant and all the products. You get to, like, people will come in with their medical cards and they'll have a genuine, like, been there, done what, worked at the specific dispensary. Like, I would want to try working at a different one, just to get more experience with like how other places do it, what they prioritize, like what brands they carry, different connections they have with other brands, because that was my favorite part. One of my favorite parts was all the connections you make. It's still a pretty new industry. Everybody kind of knows everybody. So the industry, like, if you meet a rep from a company, like I became best friends with one of the reps from Khalifa Kush. We're still besties. I love her. I became best friends with one of the reps from Coastal Sun, which is one of my favorite brands. And so it's nice because then, like, you get connections with those companies, and, like, those products and stuff like that. So I love that. But I love when somebody would come in and be like, I just got diagnosed with Parkinson's, and I'm afraid to be, like, high, but I need something strong that can help me. And if they're, like, older, they're usually older with Parkinson's. And then they would come in and be like, I just don't know what to do because I don't want to smoke anything, and pills are hard for me to swallow. I'd be like, I have these super crazy strong CBG tinctures. You can just drop a little bit in literally any drink you want, hot or cold, and, like, do it that way. And, like, you get to see them come back in a couple weeks later. Sometimes they come back in a week later and they're like, you're amazing, like, holy crap, like, I need more of that, thank you so much, like, you really know your stuff. Or sometimes they come again and they're like, it was nice, I'm definitely, like, feeling better, but now I think I might want something stronger. And it's like, okay, like, and we go from there, and then they get to trust you because you listen to them, and, like, it really is, I mean, I'm not a doctor, so it really is just a game of, like, telling me their symptoms. I'm trying to use the knowledge I have to let's see what's the best fit for them. And then since everyone's body tolerates things at a different level, that's where we go. And because we always say start low, go slow in the industry so that you don't green out, and then it usually turns people off from the plant when that happens, which sucks, and that's not what we want. So, ooh, I have an idea. Oh, wait. That's not an idea. I don't know, man. I don't want my phone to die yet. I'm not ready yet. So I'll just unplug this, and there won't be a mic, but you'll probably still be able to hear me. But yeah, it's just really nice. I loved being a bud tender. I loved talking to the guests every day. I loved learning about the different products. But you have to understand, weed is my special interest. So it's not, like, I wouldn't do that at another job, no offense. Like, I would still try really hard, and, like, I want to help people, but I wouldn't be so gung-ho to, like, talk at work every day and interact every day. But weed is, like, my special interest, so I loved it. Because I just loved, like, coming in and knowing that I knew my shit and I could help people. And I'm a really quick learner, so I went in there knowing almost nothing. And I just talked my way, and I was like, look, in the theater business, we call this a quick study. And I was like, trust me, I learn fast. I just don't know where really to start. And then I learned fast. Weed is your special interest too. It's hard to not talk about it at work. It's hard to not talk about it all the time. And people are like, you make it your whole personality. I'm like, you're just ableist, bitch. You just hate people with autism. Say it. Say it. Sorry. I scared my puppies. Being a speech therapist was my special interest, and now I'm trying to learn more about topics that resonate with me, not that are just interesting for me. Hell yeah. Hairline check? Wow. I've got stragglers. Speaking of hairline check, why the fuck does my eyebrow grow all the way into my hairline? You have to wash your hair like every 3 days. Yeah, I kind of wash my hair like I just started washing it. Every white person has a different theory. I was tricked for years into the whole you should only wash your hair like once a week max. Like try once every 2 weeks even. See how long you can go. Go a month. I knew somebody who went a year without washing her hair, a white girl. I don't know, guys. I gotta say, I've started washing it like every other day or every 2 days. It's growing faster and healthier. Feels better. And obviously, I would use dry shampoo, but I use dry shampoo straight out of the shower because I just like, I put dry shampoo in my bangs because I'm always like doing this. So they're gonna get oily immediately. So I just immediately put dry shampoo in them. Oh, fuck. Yeah, and I have very fine hair. So it needs to be washed more because it like gets oily quicker. And when it gets oily, it like gets weighed down. That's not fun. Wait, let me get my charger. Let me see if this will work. This might work. All right. I don't know if you can hear me. It's definitely not going to be as good as it was before. But I'm going to go get my charger so that we can keep streaming. Good job. Where Danny goes, monkey is sure to follow. Exactly. He loved his mom. And his mom loved him. Oh, Sebastian, you study cosmetology? That's cool. That's very fun. Look at this picture. Daphne sent me new tracks. Thank you, my love. Thank you, Daphne. Look at this picture of me and the pony boy. Actually, look at these pictures from last night. Ugh! I can't handle how cute. First of all, the pony boy loves me. Like, are you kidding? He's obsessed. I'm obsessed. I love him. Why is his face so cute? I'm gonna lose my shit. And then, all the kitties are precious. He's just obsessed with me. And then this was this morning. Oh, I can't. The puppies were spooning. Monkey was the big spoon, of course, because I'm a big brother. I have to protect Sissy. And then last night, no, sorry, this morning, I'm trying to do laundry. I throw all the laundry on the bed. Can you spot the dogs? Boom. Wait, where's the other guy? The other guy, I say. They're so cute, I can't handle it. Like, why are they so cute? Poor Monk. Hickabelly brave. Look at his cute ass little nose. Ooh. Those are the mommy's babies. The mommy loves the babies. They didn't move. No. No, they love being under the laundry. We're right on top of it. No outfit is complete without dog hair. Now, cat hair, I need to get that shit off. But dog hair, I'm like, what? Hey, wait, pause, guys. Why is my dog laying like this? Do y'all see the legs in the air? Do y'all see the back legs in the air? Why is she so cute? Why? Like, why is she so cute? I can't handle it. Okay. So I just pulled some cards. Let's see what they say. Oh, bitch! You know what? And for a bitch like me, who's a little bit self-centered, I said a little bit. Calm down. This is what I needed to hear. I think you are misunderstanding something about this situation. There is more to the story. Read the fine print, ho. It's actually not as in their favor as they want it to, as you may think, as they want it to seem. It's not as, oh, look at their success as it appears to be. This one says it's not even really about you. It's about them and you're just collateral damage. They might be going through something where they're trying to prove their worth to someone else. And in the process, you saw that shit and you were like, that makes me feel a type of way. Either way, you are not fully understanding the big picture of what is going on. There's more to the story than it seems. I actually don't think that whatever triggered you, you even need to be that upset about. Bad bitch energy, okay? You are that bitch. You are actually, like, you're a real one. You don't have to front online. You don't have to be, like, pretend to be something that you're fucking not. They do. Everything they do is for show. Everything they do is loud for show. Sounds like I'm, like, saying, like, for show. For, like, the show of it. ooh, Chaos said that's how I feel, like, upon in the situation. And you are, and that should make you feel, like, even better. Like, you want no part, like, this is a mess. To me, this is actually showing me right now in this moment, thank you, universe, they're on the same games they've always been on. They're on the same games they've been on the whole time. They haven't changed. They wanted you to think they have based on whatever you just heard about or discovered. But the universe is like, no, baby. Honestly, they might be trying to prove themselves to someone else, to themselves. They might be going through some shit and they need to look good. So they're trying to, like, be really loud because they want it to get back to you. Or just, like, they want their image to be a certain way. But I think there's way more to the story than it seems. I love when it's not me. I love when I'm not the issue. I love when the cards are like, they're fucking freaks. They have a problem. And then it backfired and they want ass pads to pretend like they're changed and they're trying and it's not their fault. Yup. Exactly, Mariah. And we don't need to feed into it. We don't need to, like, even try to, like, oh, really? Well, if you hear, you know, if you see them, you can let them know, I'm doing this. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. No ass pads for them. She's a freak, super freaky. Alright, you guys. Let's do like one or two more. Let's do like 2 more hits. And then we'll get out of here because that's honestly the ending I wanted. I wanted to know it wasn't my fault. And I knew it wasn't. It didn't feel like it was on me. I was thinking, where did this come from? Really, universe? I've been working my ass off, rolling with the fucking punches. And now you're going to make it look like this motherfucker is winning? And now I'm like, oh my god, they just want it to look like they're winning. They want it to look like they're changing and whatever. But I think the reason they want to look like that is because people are like, probably because they haven't and people are calling them out. One more hit for good measure. Wow. I love that for us. Low-key is hilarious. Oh, the miss girl. My puppy girl. You can unscrew both. Chaos, they both unscrew. One just might be harder. But also, you said you have an older version, so I don't know. Maybe maybe that version doesn't, but mine both unscrew. The bottom was hard for me too, because I personally put it on really tight, I think. But yeah, it can be done. Mr. Awake and Bake usually cleans it. Well, I've been cleaning it a lot recently because I'm an adult. And I've needed it cleaned while he was asleep, but usually he would clean it for me. And so he would just unscrew it. He would watch me clean it and be like, you're so clumsy, like, you're gonna drop something. Can I just please do this? And I was like, if you want, yeah. Thank you. Who am I to say no to some assistance when assistance is needed? It was so funny. My friend and I forget who we were talking to, but they were like, well, I never accept help from people because, like, I grew up poor. So, like, I just got used to not accepting help. And my friend, it was, like, Emily Glott and I, we were like, yeah, we grew up poor too. So that was why it was vital that we did accept help from people, or else there are just a lot of things we wouldn't have participated in. Sometimes having a meal when you're out and about is one of them. Yes, I know. Whenever Isaiah, like, helps me with shit, I'm never mad because, first of all, I didn't want to do it in the first place. First of all, I was mad that it even had to be done and that I was the one who had to do it. A quote of mine is literally, I would rather live in the most toxic place ever than put in the energy to move myself somewhere. Because that's how much moving is, like, so, like, hard on me. Like, I just have, like, so many, like, meltdowns for some reason. Well, now we know because of the tism. And bye, Deepak. Thank you for being here. I just waved like a baby. Like when a baby's like, nyah, nyah, nyah. I said, bye, Deepak. But thank you for being here. I forget what I was saying, but one time Isaiah was helping me with something and somebody was like, no, we can do it. We're strong, independent women. And I was like, yeah, but that's also going to take, like, twice as long if I do it. And then I'll be in a bad mood. No. Oh my God, no. I hate, that's what I was saying. I hate moving. And I'm just like, it stresses me out so much. And one time Isaiah was like, babe, like, I know we weren't supposed to move, like, until the end of this lease, but we're going to break it because, like, this house is available. And he was like, and, like, I know you don't like moving, so, like, you don't need to do anything. You can just, like, go out for the day, and then I'll just have everything, like, moved. And I was like, it makes me sound like I'm, like, a bitch who won't help, but, like, he just, I don't say, oh, that's what I want to do. He's just like, hey, I know you don't like this. Would you, I've already figured out, like, it would be fine with me. Would it be okay with you if you just, like, go see a movie or something for the day and then come back and it's all done? I'm like, obviously that's fine with me. Who am I to say no to a kind gesture? I also think his love language is, like, acts of service and, like, just, like, just doing stuff for me. Can I what your girlfriend, please? Can I persuade your girlfriend, please? Can I kiss your girlfriend, please? Thank you, Mel. All right, everybody, let's take a hit. Goodness. I'm finding it. It does take me this long. It does. It does. Thank you guys so much for watching. Oh God. Please like, subscribe, tell your friends.